Hello, I am comedian Tommy Dassalo. I have made my own video game. Yes, that's right. It's a video game that is about me. It is perhaps the most narcissistic project that anyone has ever undertaken, but it's out now. You can play it for free, and I thought I'd do a little bit of a playthrough just to show you a bit of what the game is like and simultaneously how terrible I am at video games. So let's get stuck in. We're going to go in here. We're going to go onto this main menu screen where I had to beg the developer to not be showing my little penis in this little bit that's up there. So his compromise was to just show me in my little boxer shorts. We're going to go to a new game. I'm going to turn the cutscenes off just for this one, just so we can get through to the gameplay a little bit quicker. But there is there's like an opening movie, there's lots of little jokes throughout the game, so if you go and play it through yourself, play through it with all of that stuff on, because I worked really hard on it. And I'm kind of turning it off because, I don't really want to re-look through all of my writing from a few months ago. But here we go, here's the tutorial screen. This is me in a video game. I am actually bald in real life under this hat, too self-conscious to show that on camera, but here we go. This is my little dog Cupie. He is a key feature of the game. He is the little kind of flagpole at the end of all of the levels. And the story of the game is that I've been sucked into my notebook. It's the night before my comedy special taping, and I have to make my way through all of these little levels that are themed around jokes that are in my notebook. So this is World 1, it's Ramen Springs, it's a ramen-themed level. I absolutely love ramen. You might be able to tell by looking at me in this little window that my favourite country on earth is Japan. Big bombshell there for you all. Now I'm going to try and get a perfect score in this run-through. You do get ranked at the end of every level based on how quickly you got through, how many of the collectibles you got, whether you took any damage. I've never managed to have a perfect run in this game, and so I thought, why not do it on camera? So we're gonna see how I go, given all these factors. And I had to play through this game so many times when we were testing it, when we were developing it. So you would think I would be well equipped to get a perfect score, but as you've just seen already, that's not the case. So I think I've done pretty well there. That's level 1. This is meant to be sort of like the real soft introduction, getting you in, kind of showing you the ropes. Let's see if I can get the S rank on level 1 or whether Yes! Alright. We're off to a good start here. I should say too, I've had like maybe 4 attempts at this video, and I've either like failed so badly that it got truly embarrassing and I had to restart, or the video or audio didn't work. I've never done any kind of solo streaming before, so this is my entry into the world of streaming and talking on camera while playing a video game, and it's giving me an immense extra level of respect for anyone who manages to do that and do it well, because it's tough stuff, folks. So we got these little guys. These are meant to be little shoots of bamboo. There's little bits of bamboo that are often in a bowl of ramen. These guys are little restaurant critics that are writing up bad reviews and throwing 1-star reviews at you. You've also got to get like a little item in every level that's part of the joke before you can get to the flagpole at the end. The flagpole, my dog. And here he is. And when you play this with the cutscenes on, Cupie is talking to me at the start of every level and kind of giving me a bit of crap. Really being a real little prick, to be completely honest with you. And I've seen a lot of comments on people who've played through this, being very annoyed at the amount of cutscenes that are in the game. And to them I say, get off my ass, it's a comedy game and it's free, so there's meant to be a bit of writing and a bit of humour in it. Although I guess I am kind of proving their point by doing my own playthrough of it with the cutscenes turned off, so I guess they win. I guess they win this round, all the negative commenters on this vanity project Game Boy Color game. And it should be said, you can, if you've got like an old modded Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, or like a flash card or whatever, you can play this on that. It will work on Game Boy hardware, or you can also play it, on your phone using the touchscreen. It'll bring up little Game Boy controls. And should also say, if anyone from the Nintendo legal department is watching, just kidding. This is all, that was a joke. This is all just like made up engine and graphics, and just complete coincidence that if any of it looks similar to any copyrighted intellectual property. Whew, all right. Reckon I've covered all my bases there. And yeah, this wall jumping segment is. Look, I'm happy it's in here, but I got to be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of wall jumping in games. You can't make something that's entirely for your own tastes, especially playing on the touchscreen. This level really gave me a lot of grief, but I think I did all right there. I actually haven't played this really since it came out, and yeah, okay. Okay, that's proving my point there. I completely forgot that 4 of those collectibles, if you play through this yourself, if you're going for that perfect rank, they're hidden in the little bowl of noodles. You got to whip the bowl of noodles and a little collectible comes out. So I've tarnished my ability to be able to get a perfect score on this run through. But I still got an A there, so that's not too bad. So here we go. Here's a sentient cup of Afuri noodles. This is a boss level here. We got these little chopsticks. Originally, this level was going to be just a giant pair of chopsticks that chased you, but it wasn't as fun. So Gumpy Function, who developed the game, he came up with this really cool idea of having a little homing little guy that chases after you. And here we go. Now, there was a joke here that, without the context of the cutscene being on here, kind of makes that look quite horrific. That's meant to be a little toy of me that Cupid's gotten from the gift shop, and kind of hung it up there to distract the bowl of cup noodles that was chasing me. Just kind of looks horrific, having a little effigy of me hanging there by itself. And this is our little stage door. This is to show that you got all of the collectibles, the special items in this level. Normally there's a little bit of my stand-up here that makes the little lock laugh so hard that he breaks himself apart. And so here we go. Second world, scrolling skies. This is the sort of late night scrolling around your phone kind of level. This is meant to be like simulating, you're in bed, you got all these pop-up windows coming up, you've got the thirst traps coming at you. These little guys are little sort of, they're sort of flying little fingers, they're swiping around, they're clicking around. It's pretty high concept stuff. And of course, had to get some bazoombas in there. There was a guy who was playtesting this game for us who was pretty excited to show his son this game, show him what daddy does for a job, and then he got up to the bit with these big breasts in it and went, yeah, okay, I better leave my son out of this one, which, look, can't really argue with that. But, it's just the fact of life. It's good for him to know that, someday you'll be lying in bed all night looking at, illicit material. That's life. That's showbiz. Alright, managed to get that tricky one there. I really feel like the pressure's on now that I missed those 4 in that wall jump level earlier. You may have seen just before I took a little bit of damage, so I hope that doesn't affect me too much. These little cars are meant to be, like, almost exclusively anytime you get a negative comment on anything online, you look at the person's profile and their picture is of like a, some kind of Holden or whatever. So those guys are meant to be a representation of that. Is the joke successful if you have to explain it yourself on your own video? Who's to say? 20 out of 20, not too bad. Knocked it over in a pretty good time. And only an A rank, so that goes to show you, like, you really do have to be on it in order to get the perfect score. A lot of people have been sending me, they've gotten the S rank for the whole game. Very admirable stuff. Especially given that the guy who worked on it and play tested it dozens and dozens of times can't even do that. So this level, I think this is my favourite level. This was some great design work by Gumpy Function in here. Shout out to him. You got these big bouncing guys, you're hopping around. You've got lots of hidden little areas here. So this is like really tough to find all of the collectibles in. And then you've got this little zapping around electricity thing, which I think is such a cool mechanic. And yeah, you can see down the bottom, there's actually next to the timer, there's a little thing that lights up that lets you know when you've got all of the collectibles in this level. So hopefully I can do this without it taking too long, because yeah, this level is always my undoing. Honestly, it's yeah, it's really tricky. It's really tricky to find everything that's in here. So really traveling across country here. You jump on these guys, these little eggplant guys. Now this, folks, undeniably really clever highbrow stuff. They're a little eggplant emoji. We all know what that's meant to symbolize. You give them a little whack and look at that. A little dongus that you can bounce around on. I mean, find me another Game Boy Color game that has anything like this level of cultural commentary in it. And you know, we got everything in this world. We got big melons, and we got big wieners. That's truly progressive. This game should win some kind of award, I reckon. Okay, now I've already gotten lost. I'm too busy yapping. Again, so I truly do not understand how any kind of streamer manages to, yeah, hold a one-sided conversation with kind of no one and everyone all at once, and also stay on the task at hand. You know, I would love for this to be the thing that makes people message me and go, you should do more Twitch streaming. We'll pay you millions of dollars. If I found out I had a knack for that, that would be great. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling confident in my own abilities here, folks. But let me know. Sound off in the comments. Okay, this little one, I reckon this is where, because the special item that you need to find to take to QB is quite well hidden in this level, I reckon, and it's just over there. I'm going to get this little fish cake. Oh, come on, man, get a grip, get it together. There we go, there we go. And then we got this mug of coffee here. I still haven't got all of the fish cake collectibles in this level. And look, I'll do just a tiny little bit of backtracking here. I'll try and find where I've left one behind, but look, I really don't want to have to submit you guys to a 3-hour-long video, because as much as I said my goal was to try and get a perfect rank, number one, that's already gone out the window, and number two, I mean, I gotta keep it entertaining. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Alright, well, look. We get the gist. I reckon out of 20, I've probably got, let's say 15. If I'm spot on with the number that I got in my guess, then we're going to call that an unofficial S rank. Oh, more than that, okay. God. Even when I try and bend the rules to suit myself, I still can't catch a break. Alright, boss level of World 2. This is a really popular one with people so far on the streams and whatnot. What? Okay. I did that on purpose just to show you guys what it looks like when you die. Okay. So this is basically like a level clear window, kind of a pop-up themed loading screen. We got all of our little various devil emojis. Been using the devil emoji a lot recently in my personal life, I have to say. Don't know what that tells you about the kind of messages that I'm sending. Not using it for anything illicit, just a little bit cheeky. And then we got this little guy, the thinking one is also another favourite of mine. And then we got this little, this little madman, spins around, makes himself sick. Has a little chun. You got to do this little wall jump here. Took me ages to figure that out. I co-host a video games podcast, by the way. I know, I'm just saying that if you're unaware of me when you're watching this video, I should point that out because it would not be obvious at all. But yes, this is kind of my brand. I love video games, and yet I'm terrible at them. Oh yeah. And see, this guy, I don't know what it is about my... Oh, Lord almighty. Look, I'm sorry, folks. Oh, man. Okay. Not much more to say. I mean, that is... Look, I'm happy to be humbled. That's fine. It's more just like, then you got to be back into this same bit and trying to do riffs again over stuff you've already riffed over. Alrighty, there we go. Got those $2. Now we got this guy again. Yep, we've seen it all before. Should have, I know exactly what's coming. That should have protected me from dying. But guess what? Sometimes the divine creator has other ideas. I meant, you know, the good Lord. I didn't mean myself as the divine creator of this video game. Okay, let's see if I can pull a rabbit out of my hat and show at least some form of competence here. I'm looking, buddy. Yeah, I'm looking. I don't know if anyone else has this, like, yeah, weird, I don't know, this weird brain thing where with pattern recognition, even if it's the fact that it's telegraphing in a weird way kind of makes it like harder on my brain. I don't know. I get this weird thing where I'm like drawn to it instead of knowing that I should run for it. Anyway, any psychiatrists watching? Wrap your laughing gear around that. C. Good Lord. All right. That is really going to do a lot to the overall progress here, but the important thing is that a bit of SpawnCon is here for me. Scam Artist out now on YouTube. Give it a watch. Great comedy special. And kablamo. There we go. Alright. World 3. This world is the bottom of the lair of the guy who... the little phantom that came out of my notebook at the start of the game and imprisoned me in here. This is the big boss who we're trying to go and capture. And this is the pub-themed level called Blackout HQ, which is... that's a piece of design that I absolutely love about this game. That little fly guy there, if you just leave him alone, he takes himself out. Again, more social commentary. Blackout HQ is a nickname that me and my friends have for a brewery in Melbourne called Bodrigi. There's also a little reference to them in one of the cutscenes where I'm drinking a Specky Juice, one of their beers that I really like. So shout out to them. And yeah, I can't believe I haven't mentioned the music yet. Which I guess is kind of fair enough because I'm talking over the top of all of it. But all the music was done by a guy called Sloopy Goop. He's a really excellent Game Boy music composer, and I sent him a bunch of reference tracks for things in the game, and he's American, and for this I sent him the old Australian VB ads. We had these awesome advertisements for beer here in like I think the 70s, 80s and onwards, I guess, that had this kind of crazy music that was like basically like a Western theme soundtrack. They're crazy, look them up. Anyway, I sent that to him as a reference, and he nailed it. And I think he's a real fan of Victoria bitter culture now. Sloopy, if you watch this, let me know if you want me to try and organise to have a slab of VB posted to you. That would be great if it radicalised him onto an Australian draft bitter. Okay, so these guys, you know, you've seen the little yellow puddles all over the level, and this is where we find out what's causing that. Little character that I came up with called Piss Rat. He's a little guy who's, yeah, they're whizzing all over the level. This is a big palmer who will, yeah, absolutely flatten you. And we got the pokies here. We got a little pokey machine, which was cool to put in. Again, very Australia coded. In certain parts of the country, nearly every pub will have a slot machine room in it. And yeah, I wanted to put in having a slap into the game. And of course, yeah, the Palmer, another classic part of Australian drinking culture. Fantastic meal. Someone pointed out to me, you might have been able to see in the background, there's ads for a Palmer night, and then every now and then there's ads for a comedy night. And someone pointed out to me that it's very funny that there's more ads for the Palmer night than the comedy night. And that wasn't something that I deliberately said should be. You're an idiot. yeah, that wasn't something that I said to Gumpy to do, but he did it, and in so doing, he's created a beautiful piece of commentary about pubs and their lack of respect for comedy. Alright. Sorry, everyone. Are there many Twitch streamers that are just routinely apologising for how they're going? Is that anyone's brand? Is there anyone whose brand is just like, yeah, being completely incompetent? I mean, I know that's a little bit of it, but to this extent, would I'm really a fan of like your shortcomings become your, you know, you can be defined by them in a cool way. So yeah, if this could fill a niche, then let me know. I'm not just doing this to show you the game. I'm doing it to conduct my own market research into the world of streaming. Alright. Look at that. That's it. Now that is a classic piece of 80s video game design, isn't it? The little jumping up into the roof, into the top of the screen. God, it's good stuff. Remember doing that in Mario 1 for the first time and just absolutely losing your tiny little mind? You felt like a god. Yeah. Okay, A. Pretty good. And here we go, we're in the lair of Jiko, who's the little character who trapped me, the little phantom, he's trapped me in the notebook. And now we're mixing things up here. We got a little shmup level. Here's me floating around. I've drunk a beer at the end of that level, which you see in the cutscenes if you've got them turned on. And I've got it all bloated and gassy, torn from today's headlines. And yeah, these are all of the ideas for my stand-up special come out of my brain and start attacking me. And yeah, this is, so these are little characters that are in Scam Artist if you watch my stand-up special, which is on my YouTube channel. This is a little character, not this one. The other one is a little Dolomite that's voiced by comedian Danielle Walker. She does a really great job of it, and she's one of the few people that's in the show that actually plays video games, so it was cool for her to be represented here. And then we got, this is like a little mini-boss character. Again, this is someone from the show. He's a podcaster. It's voiced by the great Kyle Kinane, and he is shooting little personal grooming product at me that he's in the show. He's, spoiler alert, he's constantly interrupting what he's saying to do ads for personal grooming products because he hosts a podcast. And coincidentally, if you go to Manscaped and use the promo code FILTHY when you check out, you will get 20% off and free shipping. That's completely true, by the way. Wow. Cross promo within this cross promo product. This guy never stops. Alright, an A rank, not bad. I've never really been good at all at shmup levels, but it was super cool that we were able to get a little change of pace in here. Mix it up. So here we go, this is Jiko, the final boss. He's the little bad guy who's trapped me in this notebook. We gotta defeat him to get out of here. And you can see behind you, we got a little, you know, the walls of his castle have come down, and we can sort of see a little bit of contextual in the background there. You can see a little tree from the ramen level. You can see one of the little towers from the nighttime scrolling skies world. This is basically an open world game. You can kind of see everything from up here. And he's knocked me out, and again, there's a little great cutscene just before this in the full game where you see I'm knocked out and Cupie comes to my rescue. I'm flying Cupie around and I'm shooting his little turds at our boss here. The final boss is like my own brain turning against me. He's throwing tomatoes at me. He's got a little double-sided pencil there that he's prodding me with. And he's got his little, whoops, he's got his little genius ideas floating around there. I mean, find me someone else who has put their dog in the game in a video game to such an extent. He's a little celebrity. I should have taken him to PAX. PAX was in Melbourne over the weekend. I should have set up a meet and greet for him. I'm surprised he hasn't turned up in the back of this video, by the way, because he's usually gets very annoyed by what's going on in here if he can hear me chatting away. So there we go. All right, an A rank. Not too bad. So there we go. Here's the final score for me, the person who conceived of and worked a lot on this game. I think we can all agree, given those factors, truly pathetic stuff. An overall A. I mean, getting a C in there, it's just not good enough. And you can see here, like, the totals of what you need to, achieve the perfect rank on all of those levels. But yeah, there you go. That is me. Completely humiliated, but thanks for watching. Go check the game out. It's at tommydassalo.com. It's on the main page there. You can play it right now on your browser, on your phone. Download the ROM, play it however you want. See if you can do better than this, frankly, abysmal score. But thanks for watching. Thanks to Gumpy Function, Sloopy Goop, and all the guys who worked on the game and actually made it good. I just did the art and the writing. And yeah, it's a really fun game. I'm really happy with it. Give it a run. Let me know how you go. Thanks for watching. And also go check out Scam Artist, my stand-up special, if you enjoyed this video. Thanks. See ya. Bye.